Hi, I'm Carol van Dyk from Bettie Serveert. Welcome to Amsterdam. Oh, I'm so
Welcome to Amsterdam. We're gathered here together today to show you our favorite spots in the city. Alright, so this is the Paradiso Club, famous venue.
Yeah, you can still see that that used to be a church.
The most magical place to play in Amsterdam, I would say.
This is our friend Martijn.
Hello.
He's gonna give us a tour inside Paradiso.
I was squatted by a bunch of hippies in 1968. And they needed a place to have their concert, so Pink Floyd played here in '69. But gradually evolved to the pop temple it is nowadays.
This is where all the bands have the after party.
Last time around here was with Pavement. I believe that nobody was sober at 2 o'clock at night, but that was a fun time.
When we tell people that we're from Amsterdam, people usually think about the canals, the historic buildings and stuff like that. But another part of Amsterdam, which was only built like in the past 10 years, is this whole area. It's very modern. Architects were allowed to go crazy. So you see a lot of different kinds of structures. I was born in Vancouver. My parents got divorced when I was about 7. That's when my sister and my mom and I moved to Holland. For a long time I had a sort of like a love-hate relationship with Amsterdam, but I think that had a lot to do with the fact that for a couple of years I was moving from one temporary spot to another. There's this system here in Amsterdam where you could temporarily live and then almost demolish buildings. And after a couple of months, you have to move out because they're going to demolish it. Most of the apartments here in Amsterdam are rent controlled, by the way, which is really good, especially if you don't have a lot of income, like musicians and artists, you know.
So this is the famous Lloyd Hotel.
It used to be a prison.
And they just renovated it and made it into a hotel where artists and bands stay. And every room is designed by a different designer. Pretty cool, but we're not going to go there today.
But if you need a hotel to stay at,
go to the Lloyd Hotel.
Lloyd Hotel.
Alright, so across the Lloyd Hotel we have the canteen, which is called the Kantine in Dutch. It's a restaurant owned by friends of us, so we might go in there and see what's happening.
We got our beers. It's Remco. It's cool.
Hi.
We're going downstairs to see the studio where we mixed Paradiso Live.
What I really like about this place is that it's not really like corporate. There's a lot of studios that are really expensive and that you just don't want to dare touching whatever. With Remco recording and mixing it was like everybody was equally important and had as much as input as the other, so that's why we love it. Pharmacy of Love, we recorded it in 4 days and we mixed it for way longer. At a certain point we reached the bottom of our wallet and we wanted to do some more mixing, and Remco was working on putting in a new floor and painting the place, and then we said, well, damn it, I'm gonna put in the floor and paint your walls together with you, and therefore, because I did that, we got 2 extra days of mixing. That kind of guy he was.
Were you allowed to say this, or was it a secret?
I don't know. I've said it now, so there's no way back.
Well, after Beer Strip Naked, which is a semi-acoustic record, we definitely wanted to turn it upside down and go wild again. We are still an alternative rock band. We've always been loud.
The first plan was to call this album Bettie Serveert Rock. And then we thought, well, A lot of people will compare it to the latest AC/DC or Megadeth or whatever, and then they're going to say, "You call that rock?" So therefore, we have to come up with something else.
I once saw this documentary called Pharmacy of Life, it was called. It was about, you know, the whole process. For instance, when you fall in love, what happens in your brain or your body, the endorphin and stuff starts flowing. And why are you attracted to this person and not that person? And it all came down to somebody's voice or somebody's smell, and not so much the looks. And that's when I started thinking about stuff. And it's probably the basics of this record. And I didn't tell you about it back then, did I? We're gonna go visit our bass player Herman Bunskoeka, who is a very, very good chef.
Want a cookie? Yes, please.
Can we taste?
Yeah.
Did you bake them?
Yeah.
The place is called Razzmatazz. A great place to have a good meal.
Dat is tongschaar. Een steak tartare. Roasted bell pepper, roasted eggplant and roasted courgette.
We have 2 crème brûlée, 2 apple crumble.
Cheesecake with bottom of castagne cookies.
Tomorrow he's hopefully going to win a Small Devils Award for Best Dutch Bass Player. He's one of the 3 nominees. Oops, he's nervous, I think. The last place we want to show you is probably one of the smallest clubs in Amsterdam. It's also a cafe. They have live music.
There are tears on all the dies. Every day is a compromise.
Poetry, movies,
Knitting,
knitting even.
hair cutting.
On Tuesday evening you can get your hair cut or a massage. And there's also live music. It's called the Nieuwe Anita.
And it's owned by friends of us, Jeroen and Olga. And Jeroen used to be our drummer for a couple of years. So it's over there and we're gonna have fun. All right, let's go. Thanks for having us. It's been a nice day. I'm gonna have a beer upstairs, so...
And I'm gonna have a massage. Serious?
All right, thanks.